Rivals.com joined by new Georgia Bulldog commit, Javon Bullard, Baldwin High School in Milledgeville, Georgia. Staying home, Javon. I mean, you had schools like NC State, South Carolina, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, numerous schools coming at you, recruiting you in pursuit. You chose to stay home, be a Bulldog. Break that decision down for us. Why'd you pick Georgia?
Man, honestly, man, it just felt right, man. Starting off, it's an in-state school. Nothing like playing in the SEC, man. The relationships that I built with the staff, man, it just seemed like the right fit.
You know, we talked on the phone, just the last few days, and you're public now. We were talking when you were, that silent commit and hadn't gone public. You talked about a very important meeting you and your family had, Friday night. And that's kind of when you guys made that decision together. Hey, it's Georgia. Now's the right time to commit. What happened, I guess, in that meeting with your family to kind of bring you to this moment?
I mean, honestly, man, for me, it was just like I said, man, the relationships, and things that I built. You can't, especially during the pandemic, man, you can't really, visit schools and things like that. And we just sat down, we went through it, not only from a football aspect, but from an academic aspect as well, man. We broke it down as a family, and we just decided, man, this is it, man. UGA, that's a school.
Yeah, you mentioned the pandemic and visits. You have not visited Georgia yet. You're an in-state guy from Milledgeville, Georgia. You have not made it to Athens yet. What do you know? What have you learned about Georgia through the virtual visit? We're talking with Coach Warren, talking with Coach Smart, talking with Coach Lanning. What have you learned about the school without seeing it yet in person?
Honestly, man, first of all, let's start by that new facility, man. Georgia's getting built, one of the biggest facilities ever made, man. And man, they're putting a lot of money into those facilities. But the culture, man. I watched a couple practices, the environment, the culture, the swagger that they bring to practice, the confidence and things like that, man. The personalities, man, just all that ties into one school, man. And I can really see myself, fitting in their program.
We've talked a lot about your decision, on the phone and through text the last few days and things like that. I mean, you mentioned the entire staff really recruiting you at Georgia, but specifically DB coach Charlton Warren. What do you think about him, as a coach, his personality? What do you think about your future position coach at Georgia?
Coach Warren, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. You can't really ask for a better coach, honestly, man. He knows what he's doing, been multiple places. So we got different tips from different, programs and things like that. A lot of knowledge. Great guy, man, family guy. So, that's my guy. He's been real with me since day one, man. I can't thank him enough.
Kirby Smart, everybody that follows Georgia football knows he played at Georgia. He played DB at Georgia. He's a defensive-minded coach. How excited are you about playing for a guy like that knows your position, that cares so much about defense, defensive back specifically? He knows that position. How excited are you about playing for a head coach like that?
Man, it's honestly a blessing, man, to not only, have a defensive back coach, coach you, but being able to get and receive knowledge from your head coach at your position too, man, it's just really a blessing, man. That's a win-win situation, honestly.
How tough was this decision for you? I mean, you've told me from day one you'll make it when you feel ready. There was never really a timeline. You never really said, hey, I want to commit in the summer, after my senior year. You never really had that timeline of a decision. Obviously, you were thrown, and every other recruit too in your class was, just thrown a curveball in the spring with the pandemic, no visits. No officials in the spring, couldn't get face-to-face time with coaches. How tough was this process for you to get to this decision?
It was honestly, it was real tough, man. None of us expected this. But, it's a game, man. You got to take the good with the bad, man. I look at this as a business decision. So, you know what I'm saying, this is the next 3 to 5 years of my life. So I just took this time and processed it, me and the family, man. We took this time, we processed it. We took everything in consideration, not only just football, but the environment I'm going to be in, from academics to school, man, the campus, just everything, man. We took everything in accountability. So to make this decision, man, I couldn't put a time on it, man, because you really can't, especially due to the pandemic, man. You really can't. So that, really, man, it was just that gut feeling, man. You got to get that really, not call it the calling from God, man. So I'm saying God just gave me an answer.
Give us a little bit of insight about how this went down when you gave the news to Georgia that you were ready to commit. Take us through how you delivered that. Was it to Coach Warren, Coach Smart, all of the above? Take us through how you gave them the news and what their reaction was back to you.
Man, I was doing a Zoom with Coach Lanning, man, and he just broke everything down. We were going over the defenses, the scheme, and where they saw me fitting at. And he was just like, look, man, this is it, JB. You know what I'm saying? We want you, man. We want you to be a dog. And everything, I sat down, I talked with my family, and I broke it down to him. I just gave Coach Lauren, Coach Lanning, I was just telling him, I was like, Coach, I think I'm ready, man. I think I'm ready. I sent him a message, and I sent it in the group chat with all the rest of the coaches. And that was really it, man. I gave Coach Smart a call and let him know that I was in. That's how it happened, man.
Well, you think they were surprised? Do you think they kind of saw this coming? What was their kind of reaction?
During that time, man, we were clicking, man. Everybody, we were like this. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's probably a little shock, but at the same time, they kind of had a feeling. You know what I'm saying?
So you talked about going over things with Coach Lanning, how they want to use you. Give us some insight about that. I know we've talked about this, but tell the Georgia fans watching this kind of, how you envision yourself fitting into the Georgia defensive scheme.
Really any way possible, man. Honestly, I know Georgia's a defensive team, man. Honestly, number one team, number one defense in the nation. Man, I'm in college ball, man. It's just so Georgia's known for their defense. So, me personally, Coach Lanning told me he put me at corner safety. They love my versatility, even at star, man, to blitz the quarterback. So that's the thing they love about me the most, man. It was just my versatility. I'm so versatile. They can put me in different positions and expect me to make plays.
With the coronavirus and all of this affecting your recruitment and ultimately, getting to this decision, I mean, when you look back, you think, 20 years from now and think about this moment, the recruiting process, the last 5-6 months, making this decision. What do you think you'll remember the most about going through recruiting with the coronavirus pandemic, no visits, making somewhat of a, blind decision? I mean, what do you think you'll remember the most about this moment?
Patience, man. Patience. You know what I'm saying? You can't and never question God, man. God has a plan for all of us. So really, those are the two things, man. Patience is just waiting on God's answer. I mean, waiting on God's calling. So, man, this was a bumpy road, man. Honestly, but you know what I'm saying. Good things are worth waiting for. So, when the opportunity came, and I had to take it, and I thank God for it.
You haven't been to Georgia yet. Your plan is at some point here in the near future to get up to Athens on your own. Obviously, you can't have face-to-face time with coaches. I mean, they can kind of tell you areas to check out or what to look for or things like that over the phone or whatnot. But when you do get to go up to Athens, what are some things you want to see? What are you excited about, I guess, putting your eyes on at Georgia?
Man, everything, man. Honestly, man, this is what I'm going to be for the next 3 to 5 years of my life. So I really want to see as much as I can, honestly, man, from the campus to, you know what I'm saying, the restaurants to, you know what I'm saying, the malls to the class, you know what I'm saying, the classes, the weight room, all the facilities, the field, the stadium. I want to see it all, man.
You talk about, or at least we did on the phones, last few days about the class Georgia's putting together. You've been in contact with, Brock Vandegrift, David Daniel. How excited are you about this recruiting class coming together, for the Bulldogs?
Man, it's gonna be special, man. we're looking to find. It is not done yet. That's the crazy thing about it, man. It's not done yet. We're looking to find more guys to come on, try to be dogs, man. It's you know what I'm saying, it's a help me help you situation, man. And the coaches gave me an opportunity to come play for the dogs, man. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, before I get there, I take that in my initiative to bring more people in and help us win, man.
Talk about, I guess, kind of finishing up with you, Javon. If the Georgia fans haven't seen you play, haven't seen your tape, haven't seen you compete with the pads on the football field, what are they getting in you as a player?
Man, they getting a dog. No pun intended, man. They getting a dog, honestly, man. This is a kid, you know what I'm saying, they got it, like they say, quote unquote, out the mud, man. I'm from my city. You don't really find kids like myself that make it out. You know what I'm saying? That find a way to make it out and then better themselves in life like that, man. And it's the opportunity that I have is like no other, man. To play football in front of all those great fans, man, in my home state where my parents and my family can come watch me play. Ain't no greater feeling. So they're getting a dog, man. They're getting a player that's hungry. They're getting a player that has his mind on right. They're getting a player that's just going to do whatever he has to do to win, man, and help his program win.
Well, Javon, I still remember, a year and a half or so roughly ago, you came up from Milledgeville to Norcross, Greater Atlanta Christian.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know who you were. I'd never heard your name before. I did not know where you were from. You were at Tony Ballard's Hustle Link 7-on-7 tryout. You're on this other field away from the known guys. I went to Tony and said, Tony, get this guy over here on this other side with all the, quote unquote, top guys on the field.
Yeah.
Here you are now, fast forward, 20, 30 offers now committing to Georgia. You put the work in. You've earned every bit of this, man. It's been a pleasure covering you. Congrats on the decision, man.
I appreciate you, Chad. I thank you.